I made the exterior of my 15-year-old BMW 335 look modern again by installing two epic mods that anyone can easily do. Not only does it give the exterior a modern touch, but they also make the car look 10 times more aggressive. And the best part, they don't look out of place and over the top. It's an OEM plus look. I figured since we've recently updated the engine configuration of the E90 performance-wise, why not do the same for the aesthetics of the car? First up are these taillights right here, which resemble the look of the OEM LCI taillights, with the exception that we have some darker accents right here that, in my opinion, gives it a more aggressive look and definitely modernizes the car. And because of the LED design on these taillights, they're going to be lit up much more evenly and they're going to look bolder. Here's what the back looks like. Very simple, similar to OEM. You have this gasket here. And the best part, you know, everybody's favorite thing. Plug and play, no coding required. You purchase them, install them, and you're good to go. And if you're not digging the OEM red because it looks a little bit too basic for you guys, we do offer the smoked versions as well, which I think look freaking sick. And we have a third variation. These are ones that I gifted over to Ali from Swap Depot, which is a mix between smoked and red. And these right here is what I'm mostly excited about. Whether you guys like them or not, you have to admit, these really stand out. So these feature blacked out housings, G-Series style daytime running lights. You do have an LED strip here as well, which is for your indicators. You get blue accents around the projectors, which look really cool, and I think it's gonna match the Le Mans blue very nicely. You don't have to worry about getting in trouble with the law because those don't light up. And on the inside of the lens, on the top part of the headlight, you have this chrome trim, which some people may not like, but I think it really helps the headlight stand out. This is a full LED setup, so the daytime running lights are LED, the indicator strip is LED, and so are the projectors. Like always, I'll make it very easy for you guys, and I'll link this setup down in the video's description, along with the pre-LCI variants of the taillights. Yes, we do offer these in pre-LCI and LCI. And the headlights cover most configurations. I've been rocking the Bay Optics custom headlights for a while on the E90, so I figured I'll show you guys a more affordable alternative and also change up the look of the car temporarily. I will be sending out the Bay Optics headlights back to them and see if we can get a different design and refresh everything. But in the meantime, we'll rock the ones that I'm showing you guys in this video. All right, let's go ahead and take the bumper off. Not necessary, but I found it easier to remove the wheels so I can have better access to the fender liner. Then all you have to do is remove the various 8mm screws to get access to the bumper guide, which has 2 more screws to remove. Do the same for the other side and remove the screws on the bottom side of the bumper. Lastly, you have the T30 bolts up top to loosen, and then you can start removing the bumper. Also remember to remove any connectors before yanking that bumper off. So removing the headlight itself is very simple. You just got a few T30 bolts to remove. Make sure that you remove it with the plastic bracket. It's just easier that way to install later on. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, and the last one. And number 5 is right there, right behind the fender liner. It is a tight squeeze, so I'll probably just remove the front fender liner entirely to get back there. And the last thing you have to do is remove the connector to the headlight, which probably would have been a lot easier to do it once the headlight was actually bolted on. Go. Now you transfer the plastic trim piece over to the new headlights. I actually did it the incorrect way at first, and the headlights did not look straight at all. Make sure you pay attention to the orientation, that way the headlights sit straight. Very nice. Now all that was left was putting everything back in the order we took it off. All right, we got the headlights installed. Here's a quick look on what they look like. And I gotta say, me likey. The blue accents on the headlights, man, matches the Le Mans blue so good. I'm really happy with this. All right, so here's the scoop. We'll move on to the rear of the car, install the taillights, and then after we do that, then I'll showcase both the headlights and the taillights when they're on. I'm not gonna lie, kind of feel bad about swapping out the OEM LCI taillights, especially because these are pretty much brand new. They look timeless, they look amazing. But you guys know, I like to show you guys different options and different routes. And especially if you have older, kind of clapped out taillights, show you a cheaper alternative than buying OEM ones, which are very expensive. Also, the inner passenger side tail light has been giving me issues lately where I have to slap the back side of it to make it work, almost like a fat back 1980s TV. You guys remember those? So installing different taillights will definitely address that as well. So here's a quick comparison, the stock OEM LCI taillight and then the aftermarket one that we sell. Again, the biggest difference, the darker accents here, LED strips, 2 there, 3 on this one. And you guys will see later when I turn them on,
they light up a lot more consistently. Other than that, they're not crazy over the top different, like ricey or anything like that. These are a very good OEM plus option.
Installing the inner taillights takes a bit more effort, but still pretty simple to do. Remove the trunk fabric panel by removing all the clips with a trim remover tool and remove the trunk release handle. Lift up a little and pull it off the trunk. The piece that holds the taillight in place is held by a 8mm nut, which you need to remove and then reuse for the new taillights. Unplug the connector and that's pretty much it. New inner taillights are ready to be installed.
Honestly, doesn't get any easier than that, guys.
Connect the new taillights to the OEM connector and find a spot for the small ballast that is included. It comes pre-installed with double-sided tape to make things a bit easier. For now, I just tucked it in within the trunk so I can get on to the demonstration.
All right, so we got the passenger side installed. I purposely left the driver's side stock so we can see the difference. Let's go ahead and close the trunk. There you go, guys. That's the difference. Very subtle, but if you look at the driver's side one, sure, they're nice. This looks more bold and it stands out way more than these. So what we'll do now is we'll turn on the lights and show you guys the difference. Oh yeah, that's right. You get a startup animation with those. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but right here, that wins. That looks clapped. This doesn't look good once you put it next to this one, because this one is, it's like consistent compared to. What's going on here? That's a design. Those are OEM, bro. You know what's crazy is before we installed these, they actually looked very good. But when you put them up against a better looking option, they don't look that good anymore. You know what it looks like? Like there's water built up here, but there isn't. But if you look at the light, it looks like it's fading in and out. It's not consistent the whole way. But then you look at these right here and they're super solid and consistent all the way through. Hazards. Okay, that's different. So it's red on this side and it's like yellow on this side. In camera, they both look like the same color. It's more of like a yellow amber color, and then the OEM ones are red. All right, let's go ahead and swap out the driver's side ones. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and switch them on and see that startup animation. This is it right here, guys. This is the freaking sauce. Also, quick note, it's always been the case with any kind of LED upgrades we've done on this channel. On video, the strips kind of look like yellowish orange. In person, they are bold, deep red. Something about the LEDs on video that just doesn't show very well. But man, I am a fan. And because I know a lot of you guys are gonna be wondering, as far as the fitment goes, take a look at the body lines on the trunk. Super flush, literally OEM fitment, guys, all the way around. No gaps, no weird edges. This is good.
And because I know you guys are curious about how bright the headlights are, because you know, it's the most important thing, here's a quick demonstration. Way brighter than OEM. And the pure white look also helps modernize things.
So I haven't turned on the projectors yet, but you guys can see what the rings look like for the daytime running lights. This looks like a freaking 2020 plus car. It is a freaking sick look. The blue accents, man, that does it for me. And here's what it looks like with the projectors on. Guys, they're super freaking bright.
Nighttime visibility is also 100 times better than what you get from factory. Here's some footage of me driving around at night. The low beams are so good and the high beams are also extremely bright. I was actually very surprised. You might need to use the adjuster on the headlight to get the height of the light beam correctly, and once you do, they are perfect. From a safety standpoint, these headlights are a major win.
And that's what the emergency lights look like, the indicators. It's like a very quick flash. Very visible, very bright. Others should be able to easily spot the car if you're stuck on the side of the road. And here's what it looks like if you're just using the turn signals to go one direction. It's slightly different animation versus the emergency lights. The light goes all the way across the top of the headlight, which is very cool. All right, I'm gonna show you guys what the high beams look like, which are the center fake projectors. They're not the best. Definitely one of the things I'm gonna change about these headlights, and if you guys purchase it, that's probably what I would do as well to match the outer lights. But other than that, man, nothing else to complain about.
I want to quickly talk about coding. You don't need to code anything to get the headlights to work, but you might get a fault if your car originally came with adaptive features. To get rid of that fault, you'll need to code that out. On a case-by-case scenario, corner lights need to be coded out and possibly voltage checking. At least 335D has the same headlights and he hasn't coded anything, and they work. So you may or may not need to code some things.
Like life is walking through the mud, I'm battle tested. Can't complain, I can't
I don't know about you guys, but I totally dig the new look. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Make sure to hit the like button if you guys enjoyed it, as it does help out the channel, and make sure to subscribe as we are just getting started with new E90 content. As always, thanks for watching. Till next time.